It's related to homeless people in the United States who are American citizens. And it's just getting worse. As inflation gets higher, unfortunately, it's just getting worse. And so, what we have are people who are homeless, and there was an elderly gentleman. I was listening to him, and so what he said is people who are just living in hotels in various places, and they are at risk of um, being displaced. And then you have people that are living in multiple rooms together with other people, and then you have people staying with family. And so there's many varying degrees of, yeah, well, they even talked about people who stay in churches, church, like I guess the church parking lots. Now, they expect those people to be staying, living in their car when it's 99 degrees outside. So the church parking lots, I would think, would be having a crisis related to elderly people and senior citizens staying in their car. And this is what I have yet to be able to rationalize is people living in their cars being homeless when it's 99 degrees outside, 100 triple digits. And so if people always have warnings about don't leave your children in the car. But yet it's acceptable for churches to allow for people to sleep inside of their car in a church parking lot when it's the middle of summer and it's this hot outside, 100 degrees or more, and they want people living inside of their car and opening up their parking lot as a place for people to, and they call that living. Well, where do they go to the bathroom at? Because I don't believe that the churches are actually providing toilets outside, or the city is not providing toilets outside for people to utilize the restrooms at. So this is a big problem in the United States of America. Homelessness of American citizens because of inflation is a great, big, huge problem. A huge, huge problem that's only getting worse because of inflation and these companies who just keep raising the prices on the American public. I cannot, for the life of me, figure out what they are trying to do. They are purposely making people homeless on purpose. And so the churches have these parking lots they said that people can stay in. But when it's 99 degrees outside, I'm surprised people aren't expiring to the end of their life in the car just from heat exhaustion, because we keep being told, do not leave your kids in a hot car. Do not leave your senior citizen in a hot car. Nobody ever puts that out as a notice anywhere that senior citizens are vulnerable people. And why is it acceptable for a senior citizen to be living in their car in a church parking lot? Can anybody rationalize that for me? For anybody, not just a senior citizen. Why is it acceptable for any person to be living in their car in a church parking lot? Because they will die. It's that hot, they will die. Their car is an aluminum building that's collecting heat, and they will die in their car in the heat and in the winter time. And so I don't know why this is acceptable, that more people aren't talking out about it, um, related to the homeless crisis that we have in the United States and the invisible people uh, who need help and assistance. And so I've addressed the varying degrees of what homelessness is, which is people who are homeless on the street, people who are moving from place to place and then get evicted, or say their rent goes up, or, things don't work out in a hotel for some reason or something like that. And so people end up going to different places to live. They could be staying with a family member, and there are some people who will live in a tent on the street. And my thought would be, even living in a tent on the street, then you're in the direct sunlight, You could be in a temperature, I mean, tents are very, very hot. You could be in a temperature of